Welcome back to the channel, everybody. As always, it is Ben for Ohio Golf Vlogs. We are doing a little something special here. We are playing the tips at Darby Creek Golf Course in lovely, beautiful Marysville, Ohio. And to tell you the truth, I have no business playing at over 7,000 yards on any course. My handicap is like hovering between an 8 and about a 9. I think when I filmed this, I was about an 8.1. But to be playing at that yardage, I know you all want to go out with the boys and you want to play the tips. You want to pretend like you're GM Golf and Micah Morris and you're playing these insane Zach Radford like yardages. You probably shouldn't be. Playing a yardage that isn't suited to your game can be absolutely devastating to your golf game. You need to play within your reach. You need to be playing within your skill set. But that being said, at the same time, if you want to challenge yourself once in a blue moon and play the tips, I am all for it. And that is exactly why I am playing the tips today. I want to see where my game stacks up. I normally play, I would say, yardage between 6,000 and probably 6,600 yards is probably about as far out as I go. So this round is going to be tough. And I also decided to do this round mostly with driver, and I hardly ever hit driver. I haven't in a long time. We're going to go back through after we play this 9 and play the front 9 again from the tips, and I'm going to go driverless, and I'm going to kind of compare the two 9-hole rounds. But as you see, so far I have went bogey, bogey, then I snuck a nice par in. But playing the tips, it is going to be difficult. I am not extremely long off of the tee. I think I'm averaging with my driver about 240 yards. I think it's 239 according to my stats. And I am going to be hitting a lot of long irons into these greens. And you know, if your handicap's up around an 8, 10, 12, you know, when you start hitting 4s, 5s, and 6s into greens, you might be on the struggle bus, just like that shot right there. That was a difficult shot. I was one leg in the bunker underneath me, one leg up, in like a sandy grass kind of. It would have been better if it was in the bunker. I honestly, I tried to do a little bit too much with that shot, and I paid the price. And thus is why I am now +4 through the first 5 holes. Not the start I envisioned from the tips, but it's hard, man. Like I said, you're just, I'm hitting shots and clubs, and I'm hitting into greens that at yardages I normally don't hit. But you just have to keep your composure, keep your swing, slow it down. Don't try to overswing. When you are playing a longer yardage than your normal rounds, you tend to try to overhit. You tend to try to overswing to get a little extra yardage. And a lot of times when your handicap's, you know, above, let's say, a 10, and you try to start to overhit, your swing goes to Chaperone City, USA, and you are just striking the ball like absolute hot, stinky garbage. I mean, that is just facts 101 with golf. It's very hard to ramp your swing up and actually keep your form and hit a great shot and get that extra yardage. A lot of times if you're just hit a composed swing like this 6-iron right here, nice and composed, that is over 180 yards into some wind uphill between a little teeny gap between a couple trees over a pond. If I would have tried to kill that, to try to get that up and on, More than likely, I would have topped it in that pond or hit into those trees. I mean, it's countless things. So I'm just really saying, keep your form swaying easy. And don't get overwhelmed by facing, you know, a 460-yard par 4 like this hole. And I've actually now, these past 2 holes, I thought it was better to hit the 5 off of the tee. And I go back-to-back 5. And it's not too shabby. I'm just about 40 yards out. And this is an exceptional high flop. I put it over top of that bunker, up and on. Gives me an opportunity. I didn't try to do too much with that shot. Gave myself an opportunity on the dance floor. And boom. That one right there pays off. So I finish out my 9 holes from the tips with a plus 541. I had no blow-up holes, just 5 bogeys, 4 pars. I only hit 2 of 7 fairways, 2 of 9 greens, but I came through with an exceptional 14 putts on that 9. That is what saved my score, and I will take a 41 from the tips. In the rain, I didn't even mention that in the beginning few holes it was raining, so balls were definitely not traveling. But as always, guys, tune in for part 2, in which I play these same holes from the tips on the same day, but I go driverless. So I'll see all you guys on part 2 here on Ohio Golf Vlog.
I make that bread for my family. Working on building a company. Making those moves so they fuck with me. Fuck with me. Fuck with me. None of my enemies better come.